The following program is rated TVMA. Viewer discretion is advised.
And he's got the big guys, so he's doing a lot of pushing right now.
Wilder! Judo shot! Douglas Fury!
Whoa!
Wilder with the answer! Fury as well. Wilder somehow staying on his feet. Taking supernatural strength.
Fury throwing it up again!
And down goes Wilder! And that's it! It's over! Russell Moore waves it off. He's not...
Somebody gotta say this shit, so piss a bitch. Fuck your government. I'm hesitant to holler out that I'm in. I represent hollow points and Mac tears. But don't think them shots coming out of them. Last thing that you see is Nat Turner's grin. I'm a savage, not the average white boy, my friend. We ain't shooting. Fuck red, white, and blue. Earth they nerve like militias in the booth. Spit that word like the wisdom in the tooth. Get that herb like I need a blunt or two. Fuck y'all all, each and every one of you. You niggas wanna stay asleep. Fuck you motherfuckers too. All you niggas ain't loyal. Fuck the government soil. Bring heat to the planet to this motherfucker boil. There's no more talk. Through the grave y'all walk. I talk for the slave from the grave. There's war.
So before Wilder vs. Fury 2, I said this. Who do I want to see win? I don't give a fuck. After watching Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder by TKO in the 7th round to become the WBC ring and lineal champion, heavyweight, I realized I do give a fuck. So here we are. There goes my heavyweight unification match between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Thank you, fucking Boxing Commission. Deontay Wilder came to the ring looking like a long-lost Sith Lord. Last night I said this. Fury's a better boxer. Tyson Fury is a better technical fighter than Deontay Wilder. In fact, I think most of the boxers that Deontay Wilder has faced is technically better boxers than Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder, whether you like it or not, is a sloppy boxer. He throws wild punches in the rings. I've been saying this, and for all you idiots that actually think that a Deontay Wilder in his prime can beat a Mike Tyson in his prime, this Mike Tyson
Tyson not only has a very hard, terrific punch in either hand.
You are out of your fucking minds. Now, I was going for Luis Ortiz, both fights, because he's a better technical fighter than Deontay Wilder, and he should have never lost that second fight. But shit happens. Tyson Fury was beating the shit out of Deontay Wilder like Thanos beating the Hawk in Infinity Wars. I said all that to say this. We survived a Joshua Ruiz fucking series that should have never happened. You mean to tell me that you can make a fucking Wilder versus Washington happen and a Ruiz versus Joshua happen, but I can't get a fucking Joshua versus Wilder fight? Not one? So now that Tyson Fury has the WBC belt, there will be a Wilder Fury 3. Yep. We're going into the series, folks. And we still haven't had a Joshua versus Wilder fight. It's 2020, and we still have not had a Gervonta Davis, Vasily Lomachenko fight. Think about it. Fuck you, Boxing Commission. Somebody gotta say this shit.
Yeah. Yeah. What it do, peoples? Yep. I'm about to talk about it real quick because it is freshly trending. Freshly trending before I go to bed. My woman is gonna be pissed off at me. See, understand, folks, I should be asleep right now because I worked a night shift special job, being that it had to be done in the nighttime. It had to be done in the late hours because well, it's a busy place. Peace to everyone in the chat. Thank you. I am Irk the Nerve, aka Mr. Somebody. Everybody, somebody. Yes. Somebody gotta say this shit. Somebody gotta say this shit. It's the platform. It's my platform. I like to say what up to everyone in the chat. And appreciate you paying attention to this old fuck known as Irk the Nerve. No, I mean, even though I'm old, I still give it up. I feel older than I should feel right now. Like I said, I worked last night, man, but I had good company, man, because while I was working, man, I was listening. Can't say I was really watching. Every once in a while, I got a chance to watch, you know, but I was listening to a battle last night. Yes, I was. I was listening to a battle last night, and it was a great battle. It was actually on a YouTube content creators platform, and his name is Buddy Lee. And you know, Behind the Bar, salute to Behind the Bar. You know, he came and to me, I think he did his thing. But he went over to Buddy Lee's platform, and they actually shared platforms in order to do a battle, a great battle last night, man. It was epic. I'm gonna do a little review on that after I do a review on salute to you, Maine the Milkman, Behind the Bar 2.0. I am going to figure it out, man. As soon as I go in, I'm unblocking, man. I don't know how. See, sometimes I go through my motherfucking, I go through my block frenzy, and I just like, so one thing I'm good at is I block like moderators first. Then I block all the moderators first, especially when I feel like I'm being, blocked in people's chat room for no reason. I mean, but it's little games that we just adopt on YouTube. And I figure if let me play it like this and see what happens, But I'm gonna straighten that out because I never ever meant to block you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I really appreciate your platform, the way you give it up on your platform. Highly original, very original. And many people have no other choice but to recognize the originality of your platform. And therefore, I appreciate it. And I get it. I give it up the way I'm supposed to. But you were never supposed to have been blocked. Now, let me make it clear. there are people in your chat that I may have blocked strategically. No malice, no hate. It's just my way of trying to move through these YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? That's just my way. What up, Red Wings Hockey? That's my birthday twin right there. My born day twin. But let me go back to what I was saying real quick. Man, I watched a great battle. It was on Buddy Lee's platform. Buddy Lee can be found on YouTube. I'm going to have to make him a YouTube display and send it to him. And like I said, Behind the Bar, Main the milkman of Behind the Bar, because Behind the Bar is his platform, Behind the Bar 2.0, and Buddy Lee, who considers himself the pull-up king, and both of these content creators are found on YouTube. Great battle, man. Main the milkman's wife, actual wife. That's why I refer to her as Miss or Mrs. In honor and respect. So Main the milkman's wife also joined him in the battle by battling another content creator on YouTube known as Lady La in a sing-off. Now, let me tell you, great content, folks. These guys come together, create these ideas, and present them to you as a form of entertainment, and they did a very fucking good job at it. This is the second time that I'm aware of that they've had this battle. This is the first time me catching it, and I appreciate it because I'm definitely going to be watching the third one. Now, with that being said, well, you know, it is what it is, man. Behind the Bar is absolutely correct. Wilder got his ass whooped. And folks, it got to be said that, I mean, what's left? What's left for this man? What's left for Wilder? Is there any great change that could be made in order? Here go my man. I'm going to drop the link real quick. So I'm going to drop the link. I should have sent it to him. Hey, Wowski, the jerk. I'm going to go ahead and go on record and say, man, I didn't think you would be up this early. I know how your weekends belong to you, and I completely understand, my man. That's why I assumed that you wouldn't be up right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop the link into the... I'm going to go ahead and drop the link so you can come up. Now, I don't know if I'm ready. Like I said, I'm sleeping now. Kind of sleepy. You know, I actually use heavy motherfucking machinery to do the shit that I do. I'm kind of sleepy. I don't know if I'm ready for a full blown out motherfucking panel this, you know what I'm saying, right now in this moment. But if you be nice to me, maybe we can get that done. Just be nice. I dropped the link. So, man, we're just going to talk boxing real quick. As you know, follow me on Instagram. I use videos and video editing to go into full detail into what I do on my Instagram. And you can follow me on Instagram at _the_nerve Mr. Somebody. And I use that page again to go into further detail into who I am, what I like to do, and my thoughts on things. I have made my thoughts about... I just woke up. I get it. Okay, man. Here, come on in. Come on in. We got to talk about this. I know you know about the fight. Now, people understand. my motherfucking my night was so busy, my day was so full of activity that I even forgot this third fight was even happening last night. I was already being entertained. Like I said, I was already being thoroughly entertained by the event that Buddy Lee and Behind the Bar, Main the Milkman of Behind the Bar, was throwing. Thoroughly entertained by this event. So, and the fact that I knew that this event was going on earlier, I just let it blow past my mind that the third fight, Wilder and you know, did I tell you guys I was tired? I'm kind of tired. See, I enjoy good music, good '90s mixes last night, as well as talented singing, and people willing to put themselves on display to be critiqued and their talent be judged. And they did it without fear. So I appreciate that. Again, I was already entertained. So I really didn't. And so what I did was when I got home and realized, oh, I did miss that fight. I watched it before. I had to make sure my woman was gone first because she wants me to go to sleep and get some rest. It was important for me to stay in the fray with this topic because it's just happened. Just happened. Matter of fact, what just happened? With this, folks, this happened 10th round last night.
Fury as well. Wilder somehow staying on his feet. Taking supernatural strength.
Fury throwing it up again.
And down goes Wilder. And that's it. It's over. Russell Mora waves it off. He's not.
Irk the third. What up, Irk?
What it do, G? How you doing, man?
I can't complain. You know what I mean? Yes, I saw some snippets of it, or whatever, of the fight, and from what I seen, it sounds like, Deontay Wilder. I don't think he needs to retire, but I don't think he should fight Tyson anymore because it's obviously that he can't beat him, and it is what it is.
Exactly.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't Deontay beat him the first fight?
Yeah.
So what you think is going now to the point where he can't beat him anymore? What you think the issue is?
I think I think that Deontay Wilder has gotten too comfortable in his position. There is no more hunger in him, and I can say the same thing about Anthony Joshua. Both of these, and it's a thing, man. Me and you, we grew up in a. I mean, I think I'm a bit older than you, maybe by 5 or 6 years.
I'm 34.
Oh yeah, I'm well. Yeah, I got you by a decade, bro. So
okay, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, I got you by a decade. I'm 44. So with that being said, man, but you remember like the age of the Titans, the heavyweights, when the heavyweights ruled boxing, and it was we didn't have heavyweights that you were iffy about. We knew that we had like dangerous heavyweights back in the day that got in the ring and entertained us with their skills, and they're not like they were. The heavyweights of today are not like the heavyweights of yesteryear. I take a long way of saying that, but that's what I'm basically trying to say. You remember the heavyweights of yesteryear, correct?
Like saw like the Tysons, the Holyfields, the Lennox Lewis.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Definitely.
The Foreman, George Foreman's, and
Tony
Holyfield, like
James.
you said.
Right.
Come on.
Muhammad Ali. Yeah, all them people, right? Facts.
What?
Let me ask you a
Go ahead.
question. Do you think they said like the second fight that they did, they was some type of discrepancy saying that Tyson may have like cheated or did alter his glove or whatever. Do you believe that is a possibility that happened?
I remember when if you know a content creator who's now losing his fucking mind, but he goes by the name of Young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh made a series of videos that alluded to the fact that Tyson Fury may have had his gloves stuffed, and like you said, yes, that was also in the second fight. So I don't think so. I think the evidence of it doesn't match up. I think if it was obvious to those that were watching it behind the screen, it would be definitely more obvious to the judges that was ringside. So for them not to catch it, and for us as the observer and want to be pro conspiracy theorist in that area, I think it was much easier for us to come up with excuses why he lost. You know.
Okay, true. And it sounds like to me because I just posted something in your DM just now of like the post interview. And according to Tyson, I guess Deontay was kind of being like a sore loser. I guess he didn't want to shake his hand or whatever, and felt as though he cheated again or whatever. I posted those receipts in your DM or whatever. But what you
I
think
agree
about
with.
like poor? What you think about like poor sportsmanship with Deontay Wilder?
I think it goes with I think it goes with these new age with these new style of boxers. Um, the style of boxers that we have today, I think they don't they pay more attention to the activity of the the activity outside of their training and their training regimen than to the actual skill set. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder is he can be seen on social media, Instagram, and doing things when most boxers like there was a like it's kind of strange trying to explain an age where there was no social media to someone that lives in it. You know what I'm saying? So you know when 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 you live in an age where these distractions didn't exist, and you had nothing but focus, then I think it made for your skill set to be nurtured. But I think Deontay Wilder listens more to social media, lets the crowd get in his ear than his coaches ringside. I think his attitude is basically. I think his attitude is basically it just shows the day and time that we're living in, kind of. You know, um, we've had dirty, nasty, you know what I'm saying, boxers throughout the years, but they've always had some form of respect and camaraderie amongst each other. Even after the, you know what I'm saying, after the blows are thrown and the shit talking is done, once the final scores are read and the winner is chosen, there's still respect, and it's kind of
I would
hard to.
disagree. I would disagree. I would say one of the greatest boxers, well, arguably one of the greatest boxers of all time, Mike Tyson, was definitely someone who didn't know how to take losses well. You know what I mean? When Mike
Mm.
Tyson was losing the fight, you know what he want to do? He want to bite people ear off. He want to fight people that had nothing to do with the fight. And he was a very, very poor, sore loser. If you ask me, what say you?
I think Mike Tyson has so many different transitions throughout his boxing career. There was the Iron Mike, and then there was like the Monster. Then there was the Allah you Akbar ear eating. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he has so many different transitions throughout his career. Man, I can't deny what you're saying is correct. Like I mean, that is one of those. But you can see those fights when he was going through his transition as studying as a Muslim. After he knocked somebody out, he would give him a what is it called, the shahada or whatever, the bow to him and shit. So we have examples of that too. But I think your example is more frequent and relevant than mine. So I say, like, we have examples. Would you say that Deontay Wilder is like of the same attitude as Mike Tyson as far as, because I mean, I don't see him as a attitude wise. I don't see Deontay Wilder as a Mike Tyson, but his aggression, maybe, I
I
don't know
mean,
if I'm.
Mike Tyson was definitely a way more dangerous person, or I should say, Mike Tyson definitely was, like I said, a bigger sore loser than anybody that I could think of in boxing history, if I'm not mistaken. I had a question for you about conditioning, because I know you're a guy who, I don't know if you're a fighter, but I know you do a lot of working out. I see you with nunchucks, martial arts type stuff. What would you say about the fighting technique of a Deontay Wilder? Most people just say that he's just a powerful fighter. He know how to swing, he know how to throw a punch, but he doesn't have boxing technique. What would you say about that?
He's sloppy. He's. I think he's very. I think I think he's stronger than Tyson. I'm sorry, Tyson. I think he's stronger than Tyson Fury, but he's not conditioned enough, and he's not a technical fighter. He relies too much on big punches, and he relies too much on his size and not skill set. And I think that he gets exposed as the more tired he gets throughout the later rounds. He gets exposed. I said it. February 22nd, 2020, that Deontay Wilder is a sloppy fighter, and he throws punches that never been seen in the sport of boxing. Uh, he gets out of control, and I think he just lets his size just take over, and not his ability to think. So with that
Deontay
being said,
Wilder, Deontay Wilder's not a boxer. He's an athlete.
yeah, I agree with that. I
That's
agree with that.
that's
Jay
the difference.
Walski, Maine, real quick, man. The man that you just heard, the voice you just heard, is my second half. He's actually the man that rides with me in the passenger seat when my man Ace Ill ain't there, or when he is there, he's in the back seat with the pump. This is the
Hey
man that
man, nice.
also enjoys your show very, very much. He actually is a fan of your show. This is Jay Wild the Jerk. Jay Wild, say what up to Maine.
What's happening, man?
Hey man, nice to meet you, man. I'm glad that you support Behind the Bar, man. When I'm live, don't be afraid to cam up every once in a while. Come in live chat and say hello, man. Nice to meet you.
Definitely, man. I tell you, there's been plenty of times where I get on YouTube and start to scroll, and I see where you just finished the live, and I'm always like, damn, I'm always a day late, a dollar short, my friend.
And that's kind of partially my fault, because I need to be more organized with a schedule. I go live when something interests my mind, and I go live. So I need to start being more consistent with saying I'm going live on, say, a Tuesday or a Saturday, to let people, know when I'm going live or whatever. But I appreciate your support anyway.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And I've through tunneling through the scrolls of YouTube, I stumbled upon the Star Report, and I started, checking in on that. I think that dude's absolutely hilarious. And I've heard you jump on there and dice some cats up, man. So I always appreciate a good petty thrower when I see one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, respect. And it's all entertainment at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I just want to come on here to have people, just entertain people at the end of the day, and everything else is irrelevant. But yeah, salute, man. So what's your thoughts on the Deontay Wilder and Tyson fight?
I think it's more the same from what we saw the first two fights, man. Tyson Fury is a boxer. He's got real boxing skills. The feints he throws, the way he's always bobbing his head, the way he grabs Wilder up, the way he was leaning on it, all that is textbook skills, shit that he's crafted his style over. He reminds me a lot of Randy Couture, the dirty boxing in the UFC, that leaning your weight on people. People might not think about it when they're seeing it, but that weighs your opponent down. It tires them out. And Wilder's muscular. All their muscles are heavy. He goes in there heavy, and he gets gassed easy. But when you got a dude that big leaning on you the whole time, it just keeps weighing you down. And that's what he did the second fight. That's what he did the first fight. And that's what he did last night. I mean, he outboxes him every time. Wilder needs to lay off the weight. Wilder needs to lay off the weight, and he needs to get the cardio up, and he needs to get him a trainer and listen to a trainer that can combat that. You can combat a big dude leaning on you and weighing you down, but you got to have the skills to be able to do so. And nobody taught him how to do so.
Come on up if you want to, man. Come on up if you want to have this conversation with us, man. You allow me on your panel, man. I greatly appreciate it, man. You are always welcome on mine. Buddy Lee, come on up, brother. Mr. Slag King, also aka Pull Up King. But anyway, man, Mike from Boston actually predicted exactly what was going to happen in this motherfucking fight. I talked to this man before the fight. Obviously, he knew the fight was happening, and I didn't. Mike from Boston, what say you?
Yeah, man. What dude that was just talking? He's 100% right. Tyson Fury last night was nearly 300 pounds when he walked in that ring. So you have to imagine how heavy that is. And when you have a guy like Tyson Fury who's constantly putting you in headlocks, leaning on your back, that is gonna tire you out in about 5 minutes. Like for a normal person, you might be able to take that for maybe 30 seconds. Wilder had to put up with that shit all night. So it's nearly impossible for him to beat a guy like Fury because he doesn't have the boxing skills to combat a guy that size. He just doesn't know what to do, man. He's a power puncher. But I give him his respect because he nearly knocked Tyson Fury out in the 4th round. And
I got a question for you, Mike.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm not a boxer, like a connoisseur or whatever the word is, like you guys. As you guys study, you have a boxing channel. I'm just looking at it from just a fan's perspective. I say that to say this: by the other guy, Tyson, leaning on Deontay Wilder, they're close to each other, close proximity with each other. Shouldn't that give somebody like Deontay the opportunity to knock his head off by being so close? Because watching the smaller guy, the Floyd Mayweather size group, featherweights and welterweights, they keep their distance a lot. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to being as close as the heavyweight. So shouldn't Deontay Wilder be able to take advantage of him being so close, but because of Deontay being so strong?
Well, here's the thing.
He takes away all the power. He takes away his reach. When you get in there close, Deontay Wilder can't load up that big punch. I mean, it's like he's got T-Rex arms in the clinch.
Yeah, so a guy like Wilder, he needs to be able to get the extension on, because think about how long those guys' arms are. Deontay Wilder's got very long arms. He needs to be able to get full extension to generate that power. If Tyson Fury is constantly closing the distance and getting close to him, Wilder can't wind up. He can't get extension, so he can't generate that power. The power comes from his legs and his torso, not so much his arms. You know what I mean?
Okay, interesting. Okay.
Maine got some point though, because if Deontay Wilder was a technical, tactical fighter, he would have the skills as the welterweights or the the lightweights as far as the defensive skills, and being able to counter. Deontay Wilder, like Mike from Boston said yesterday, man, day before yesterday, I apologize. He relies too much on the big bomb, and like Maine was pointing out, man, if he had those skills, he would be able to know how to counter in the clinch. And he does not know how to do that.
He doesn't know how to fight on the inside. Unfortunately,
He needs to watch a lot of videos of Roy Jones.
Yeah,
Roy Jones
exactly.
Jr. used to be excellent at slipping a guy trying to grab him.
Beautiful fighter.
He would shed the grab, and he'd be on the total opposite side of the guy, and the guy's whole side of his face is wide open.
Yeah, Roy Jones was a freak of nature, though, man. He was one of the, I mean, I think he's maybe the best pound-for-pound boxer of all time. I mean, Wilder is not really a natural boxer. He's a great athlete. He doesn't have the boxing skills. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The thing is with Wilder would probably also equally be a subpar to decent NFL player, possibly NBA player. He's an athlete. I think you could drop him in any sport and he could kind of hold his own off of athletic ability. But that's the honing in the skill to move up that next rung. I think it's obvious that he's got some kind of mental block or some training thing or something where he can't do it, because he can load up and drop anybody if he hits them clean, but when it comes to technically boxing, he don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, that's it. You're right, 100%. I mean, I think the problem is that he's had too many yes men around him in his career. He's got too many people that have allowed him to dictate like how the training goes. He needs someone that goes in there and says, "Look, you don't know how to fight. I'm going to teach you. You have to do what I say." Wilder doesn't. He's surrounded himself his whole career with people that'll say, yeah, man, you're the best. You just got to land that one punch." And he needs like a Teddy Atlas type guy. You know what I mean? A guy who's a guy who's going to just sit him down and say, "Listen,
Freddie Roach.
I'm going to teach you how to do it."
Honestly, he needs to go to Sugar Hill.
yeah, Sugar Hill. Any of those guys who's not going to take any bullshit and is not going to be afraid of him and tell him, "Listen, if you want me to train you, you have to do what I tell you to do," because he wasn't doing shit. He never listened to his trainers ever.
And this is living proof that boxing is more of a technical sport more than as physical ability, because just looking at the condition of both gentlemen, right? You look at Deontay's figure, his body, he looks like solid. He looks strong, muscular, he's cut up, he looks great. As opposed to Tyson, you see him, he's kind of flabby, got little titties, a belly, got kind of rolls on the side or whatever. So he's not as cut as Deontay Wilder. Nevertheless, was able to defeat him. You know what I mean? So that just proves the point that, sometimes your condition doesn't matter. You got to have the mental capacity to beat somebody in a fight.
Look at all through the whole history of the UFC. How many yoked, big muscle-bound, steroid-looking motherfuckers walked in there and get their ass handed to them by a dude who looks like somebody's neighbor?
Like Brock Lesnar. I used to watch Brock Lesnar take a bunch of L's in the cage. You know what I mean? And me as a kid growing up watching him, now I'm seeing him getting rocked out in UFC. I'm like, oh, that hurt my feelings. Like, oh, hell no.
Those muscles look good, and it's good for certain things like power lifters. Obviously, being huge is a detriment. Being an offensive lineman, you need to be a bigger, stout dude. But going in on the sweet science, man, all the muscles more or less is gonna hurt you. It's gonna you fatigue easier.
Yeah, man. Look what happened to Anthony Joshua a couple weeks ago, man. He's a prime example. He's jacked, he's yoked, but he got beat up by a guy half his size almost because he doesn't have the skills.
Yeah, I mean, look at Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was fit, but he wasn't coming in there looking like he was on the WWF. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. And Tyson Fury looked like absolute shit last night. He's not even in shape. Like
Tyson Fury gave me hope, because if I take my shirt off, I look exactly like that motherfucker.
Exactly. I mean, dude,
I'm like, you telling me I could be a champion?
You look like shit last night, man. Terrible.
Tyson Fury got me feeling like I could be a champion out here.
But see, the thing is, it goes to Maine's point, I believe. You never judge a book by its cover. And back to what Maine was asking me, I had dreams of going being a professional boxer before I ran into and discovered the wonderful world of pussy. But when that happened, I still had love for. I would always train with. I was taught by a good friend of mine And yeah, I would always be into the contact sports, but I always wanted to go professional in boxing. Used to box on YMCA on High Street in Lexington, Kentucky. So, you can find all the information under my real name, which I don't hide. The thing is like, you never judge a book by its cover, because, a man can walk in chiseled and have horrible cardio. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you look, your body looks beautiful, but at the same time, you only can go 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because you have horrible wind. You know what I'm saying? You can't breathe, and you don't know how to breathe in the mix of the action. So
Yeah. You see it in the gym. Some of the most yoked dudes in your local gym, you'll never see a motherfucker touch the elliptical machine.
Yeah, exactly. And I have to say, man, Wilder last night, I can't believe he lasted 11 rounds. He really is. He was in the best shape I've ever seen. That was the best Deontay Wilder we'll ever see last night, I think. I mean, I thought he did a great job to everything considered. It just wasn't enough.
And if that's the case, Mike from Boston, if that's the best Deontay Wilder we've ever seen throughout his career, then that is a bad sign.
He never was meant to be a champion boxer. He's just a freak of nature. He's got that right hand that can knock anyone out. We've never seen anyone in boxing, and maybe Ernie Shavers is the only guy in the history of the sport that can.
Did you say the same thing about Buster Douglas?
No, I'm talking about just power-wise. Like, Deontay Wilder has the most powerful right hand I think I've ever seen. So that's how he's been able to get away with being such a subpar boxer, because he can knock you the fuck out at any point in the fight. Last night, he was nearly dead in the ring, and he was still hurting Tyson Fury with that right hand. He could barely even walk straight, and he was still hurting him.
Yeah,
Mr. Slide King, I'm going to slide.
If he hit Tyson Fury in the first round when he was fresh like he did in the fourth, he probably would have dropped Fury for the rest of the fight. It probably would have been a first round knockout.
Hey, but hold on. It goes back to what Mike from Boston said to me like just a couple of days ago. Tyson Fury took Deontay Wilder's best punch again. Now, my thing is this. Why did he stop at that right hand? You have ample opportunity and time to hit him again maybe with a left hand. Throw that left out and throw the right again. Make a combo out of it. Why did you just throw the right hand, let it land, and just be at peace right there? No, you keep throwing until he's down.
That's all he got.
That shows you too the lack of boxing knowledge. He hit him with that one right, and he saw him stumble, and he thought he had him.
Yeah, and
so he let off of it.
That ring, man.
He let off, but didn't go for the kill.
That's what I'm saying. Mike Tyson would have hit Tyson Fury with a 5-piece right there, all on the shit. But that's what I'm saying. That's the lack of that knowledge, man. He hit him with his one motherfucking silver dagger, and it didn't do the job.
Yeah, but Tyson Fury can move around, man. He slips punches. He's a very good defensive fighter, so it's hard to hit a guy like that with a clean shot.
Awesome. I think Tyson Fury right now is one of the sweetest people in the ring you can watch right now. If you want to see boxing science, that motherfucker can box.
And Usyk too, man.
Textbook.
Did you see?
So do y'all agree that, like Buddy Lee said in the live chat, that boxing is now soft in this century, in this decade?
No, I don't think it is, because we just saw a couple of weeks ago Alexander Usyk win all the heavyweight titles off of Anthony Joshua, and I think
Anthony Joshua was soft.
Yeah, but Usyk is a beast, though. You have to. Did you see the fight? Did you see Usyk?
I saw the fight. I didn't watch it live, but usually on YouTube somebody will put it up for a few hours.
I think.
But Buddy Lee is absolutely right. Anthony Joshua is soft,
charming.
I mean, you could, he's not the best, but I mean, I wouldn't call him soft, man. He's at least he's a good sport, unlike Wilder. Wilder's the worst sport in the whole all boxing.
Anthony Joshua is absolutely that. That man can get knocked out and get up with a smile, ready to talk to the ready to talk to the interviewer like it ain't nothing. You know, I mean, he is a great sport, man. But the thing is, I would say for like, if I could assume, like Buddy Lee comes from an age where the heavyweights were fucking heavyweights. They were monsters.
Yeah.
They would go in there and destroy shit. And you know,
I'm not going to disagree with
you know,
that.
Mike, all of us on this panel remembers the heavyweights of yesteryear.
Yeah, they would have fucked up all these a lot of these new guys. But the only thing you have to consider is these guys are a lot bigger. I mean, we got Tyson Fury nearly 7 feet tall. AJ and Wilder are both 6'7", 6'6". So they made that. But other than that, you're right. The older heavyweights would have destroyed these guys.
The softest heavyweight we had when I was watching boxing was Lennox Lewis.
And Lennox Lewis would have
gave no punk, and he wasn't no punk like for real.
Lennox Lewis would have gave either one of them cats last night a run.
That's a fact.
Lennox Lewis is one of the best fighters, I think, in the history of the sport. Maybe he's my top 5 for sure.
Didn't Lennox Lewis take out Mike Tyson?
Fuck yeah, he took out. He took out everyone he ever faced. Every person he ever faced, he beat.
When he beat Mike Tyson, that was one of the saddest days of my life.
Yeah,
I was hurt by that shit, man. I just knew Mike Tyson was gonna eat that motherfucker's lunch, and it did not happen.
Yeah,
y'all remember that shit though? Remember when they were squaring off before Mike Tyson ran across the stage and was fucking trying to fight that motherfucker beforehand? That whole thing was that whole fight was a spectacle.
Yeah,
I remember that shit like it was yesterday.
He had that suit on.
Yeah, the suit on. Yeah. Hey, you know, the thing is, it was those days. Back in those days, man, it was always like it was. You couldn't miss those fights because you never knew what was going to happen, especially when Mike Tyson was involved. You never knew, like Maine was saying earlier, man. Like he was just so spontaneous. You never knew what the fuck he was gonna do, man. And he was mean as fuck. He was vicious outside the ring. You know what I'm saying? As he was inside the ring, to Maine's point.
He's only 5'10", and he could scare the shit out of anybody. I mean, Mike Tyson was a fucking he was the baddest man on the planet for real.
Man, he scares me today. At his age today, he still scares me.
Can you imagine Tyson going up on Wilder with that little clip that you showed earlier, the prime Mike Tyson? Can you imagine that Tyson going up against Wilder? He gonna fuck him up.
I don't think Wilder lasts more than one, maybe 2 rounds with a prime Tyson.
He gonna fuck him up.
I think Tyson Fury and Mike Tyson would be a hell of a fight just because of the fucking textbook, the way he runs. But I still think Mike end up eating that motherfucker's rib cage out.
Yeah, I think Mike, man, I don't think anyone in 1986, before Tyson went to prison, and before the Buster Douglas fight, I don't think anybody like really just fucking with him, man. He around that time before he got all fucked up with the mental illness and the drugs and shit. Tyson was untouchable, man. He was knocking every single person out first round. Like no one was fucking with him.
I got a question for you, Mike from Boston.
Yeah, what's up?
After you did your research on the second fight between Tyson and Deontay, because you were doing your research as far as did he cheat? Did he alter the glove or whatever? What did you come to the conclusion with?
So I went back and forth on that thing, man. And I mean, I'm embarrassed to say that at first I thought that Tyson Fury had done something, but what I learned was that whole thing with the conspiracy about the gloves. It was all created by YouTube content creators trying to make money. So they all put this shit out there.
That's a fact.
Got everyone up in a frenzy. And Deontay Wilder saw it. And after he saw it, he started believing in it in these channels who are just they don't even believe what they're saying, but they can get people riled up because they have so many people watching them. So Wilder sees this and he's like, oh yeah, that's why I lost. So like I feel like I blame them. I blame the content creators almost.
No, I blame that bitch he was with. Remember that he was walking to the fight, the second fight, he had that little bitch with him, walking with him in front of him and all that shit, going to the weigh-ins and shit. I'm like, my nigga, you fist a fight tomorrow. Why you got pussy with you?
Yeah. Yeah,
Everybody know you're not
man.
supposed to get no pussy before physical contact. Everybody knows this. You've been learning this shit since middle school football. You feel
Hey,
me?
you know, can you say the same thing about Anthony Joshua? Because we definitely know, man, this man is the horn dog of professional boxing. He is absolutely on record for destroying marriages. American. He's on record for destroying marriages, dude. And my thing is, I said it to Mike from Boston a couple of days ago. If Anthony Joshua would be a great boxer if he didn't have the access to pussy that he has. That's just my personal barbaric male opinion.
Pussy
I don't know though, man, because you listen to Mike Tyson tell his stories. He was getting pussy and knocking people out all on the same night.
Mike Tyson was taking the pussy.
That's a different type of monster.
All I know
That's a different
is
type of monster.
Yo, I think that's
all
the
I
fall
know
of.
is
I think that's the
I put
fall
up
of
the best
Adrian
number.
Broner. Adrian Broner, you always see him, you know what I mean, with a female. He even got a sex tape out and shit like that. All he want to do is fuck, and that's why he keep getting his ass whooped. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, Adrian Broner is, to me, one of the greatest disappointments in boxing.
I'm so glad you said disappointment, because when you said greatest, I'm gonna say what a greatest what?
I got nervous too. I said, "What the?"
He is trash.
I was hoping you weren't going to say the greatest fighter, but yeah.
No,
you're right.
man, he come on, everyone. I mean, he was. Okay, so he was on the trajectory of being a great boxer. Can we say that?
Yep.
Oh hell yeah! But he
had a lot of hype around him for sure.
Once he dissed Jay-Z and told Jay-Z to eat a dick, he went downhill from there.
Floyd Mayweather too. He dissed
I didn't know he said
Mayweather.
that.
Jay-Z
I
shot
guess
that
Rock Nation. I think Rock Nation offered him some type of contract or whatever. He didn't like the numbers, so rather than him being professional and turning it down professionally, he was going in like, man, fuck that. I would deserve more than that. Eat a dick. And
I remember that. And he was more worried about a fucking rap career than his boxing career that actually got him to the point where he could make hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars.
Yep.
The guy's an idiot, man. Let's just be honest.
When he was
who's that new young kid
in the ring, I was done.
forgive me for not knowing his name. Who's that new young kid underneath Floyd Mayweather, light skin guy?
Tank Davis.
Oh yeah, he's a beast. He's a beast.
He is a beast. He is.
He's up next. Well, he's up now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's up now. Yeah, he's up now. He's up now. But hey, man, people are ducking him. They ducking him like they ducking Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, but bro, like we talked about, he hasn't
Terrence Crawford. That's
yet.
Texas.
He's got to fight.
That's the problem with boxing now too. They're not
Terrence Crawford is the future GOAT.
I hated when he got in that accident, bro. I really did.
No, that's Errol Spence you're talking about, I think.
Errol Spence. That is Errol Spence. You're right. That's Errol Spence. You're right. My bad, homie. It's Errol Spence. You're right.
The fact that he survived that is amazing.
Facts.
Did you guys hear that shit may have, I don't know, I heard a rumor that it had something to do with the Mo 3 murder, like that Errol Spence had beef with them, and Errol Spence was actually being chased in the car by I don't know.
I read that he was actually being chased.
That Dallas shit for real, bro. Like, they don't give a fuck about no celebrity or none of that type of shit down here. Like, niggas will get wiped down for real.
Yo, man, my one of my cousins is really into Mo 3's music, man. If you listen to, I just recently, got wind of him, man, and his music is haunting when you think about the fact of how he went out. That's just.
I heard that Errol Spence was actually under investigation as having maybe been involved in the retaliation killing of him. I don't know if that's true. It's rumors and shit. But they say if you watch the video of the car accident, you can see Mo 3's car like following him and shit. But I don't know if that's true.
Hey, yo, gentlemen, I'm gonna drop down. Be in the live chat. Peace.
Yeah, me too.
Yo, I greatly appreciate both of y'all, man. Greatly appreciate y'all opinions and your perspectives on this topic, man. We just chopping it up real quick, giving a little review on the. Hey, Maine, real quick. I want to ask both of you, Buddy Lee and Maine, man. When's the next time we can see y'all planning the round 3, a third versus?
Yeah, we talking behind the scenes right now. We trying to do this,
Facts.
hopefully, you know, and then we want to keep this consistent. You know what I mean? We don't want to be too soon or too late. You know what I mean? So last time we did it was a 2-week difference. So
Yeah.
Bud Lee's available in the next 2-3 weeks or whatever, you know, and we let the people decide. I'm hearing people want to hear reggae, then I'm hearing people want to hear 2000s R&B, 2000s hip hop. You know what I mean? So you know, just stay tuned.
Really, 2000s, the 2000 to 2010, that was the last good era of music when it comes to hip hop and R&B. The last great era was the 90s. But the
Yeah.
last good era was the 2000s, early 2000s.
I must agree with that. I agree.
I have to agree too. I have to agree.
So however you
But
want to do
man,
it,
I
man, we're
tell
gonna set that
you,
up.
the way you guys, man, y'all absolutely give a party atmosphere. Y'all bring a party atmosphere to each one of your platforms. You actually make it feel like, you know what I'm saying, the party's in your own living room. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like about both of your platforms, man. The originality there, you know what I'm saying? I always said it about Maine, man. His concept and how he presents his concept on YouTube is fucking genius, man. Because the fact that the man, he doesn't have to create events where he gives away money, but he does now, and that's different when you're on YouTube and you're roaming the YouTube streets and you see so many YouTube content creators asking for donations. Now this man is giving away $300 to $500. I seen it.
Facts.
Yeah, man, and it all when pandemic happened, you know, I mean, everybody was stuck in the crib, and everybody was depressed and shit like that. So I was trying to get people to stop thinking about what they loved ones dying, people getting sick, people losing their jobs. So I try to bring an atmosphere to behind the bar where you get your mind off that shit. And if I could give somebody a couple, $200, $300, $400 for their talent, you know what I mean? Why not? You know, people get for it to behind the bar. So, you know, I'm not going to say I give all my money back, but a good chunk of it go back to the people, you know, and go back to
That's
the
a fact.
platform.
I seen it.
So if you look at
I'm a
even my
witness.
equipment, from the Rodecaster to the turntables and lights and mics and all types of shit, these are everything all together is thousands of dollars and shit like that. So when I see guys like, you know, Buddy Lee come up next and doing this thing, you know, I don't, even though we was talking shit yesterday, you know, I can appreciate his platform, you know, not saying whether he even got the concept from me or not, because to be honest with you, watching him, I don't really do what he do. His shit is more deep into, you know, what goes on with, you know, drama with the YouTube shit like that. I indulge with that every once in a while, but then you go pull up Buddy Lee on a Saturday for, you know, Super Soca Saturdays, and where all the women be up there just be lit and the music be, the vibe be right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I seen that too.
I think Buddy Lee and Behind the Bar, I think they complement each other in a sense. You know what I mean? So
Facts.
I ain't mad at that, but I really got to go and shit like that. I'm about to head out the house, but I'm gonna holler at y'all.
All right, King.
Yes, sir. I greatly appreciate you, man. Once again, man.
All
Greatly
right,
appreciate you, man.
A movie
Appreciate
last
you,
night, nigga. We had a movie last night, my nigga.
Always.
It was absolutely a movie. It was dope. I'm telling you, man, from beginning to end, man. I enjoyed I enjoyed every bit of it, man. I also jumped in the after party of Buddy Lee.
Yeah,
but
I
I'm gonna
seen
tell
you.
I tell you this, man. I got something for you, bro. Drop your email, your main email in the private chat, and I'm gonna make up some logos for you and some displays for your channel, man. And
that's dope.
so you can use every once in a while, man. Do as you see fit with them, man. But I'm as my show of appreciation to you, man. I'm gonna make you some designs, bro.
Man, that's dope as fuck, King. To be honest with you, bro, like the homie behind the bar, man, the milkman was just saying, bro, when you come down, you look at our shit, like, we put some time and some effort into it. Like, all this type of shit, I taught myself, bro. I'm just a regular nigga from the hood. Like, I shouldn't even be knowing, like, how to do all this technical shit, like the ins and outs of production, all this shit. But I literally sat here for hours and taught myself all the shit that you ever seen on my fucking show, bro. I started this shit off on 2 cell phones, my nigga.
Come on.
You feel me? 2 fucking cell phones to where the fuck you seen last night. And we going on year number 2. So it ain't nothing but hard, you know what I'm saying, the hard work doing this type of shit. But
and
all
you
the
got
love that you
loyal,
showing
you
my
got
nigga,
loyal, you got loyal subscribers, man. Your subscribers are loyal. I seen them in the chat. They called in and they repped for you, bro. And I'm a witness, bro. And so all your endeavors and your activities up until this point is not in vain, bro. You've been working hard, and your results are being seen. You know what I'm saying, and appreciated, bro. So keep that shit up, man. I'm a fan of your work, bro, and I'm on now.
You know what?
And the thing is, bro, look, let me explain something to people real quick. Buddy Lee has this fucking song, dude. Jaywowski, Buddy Lee, you know how we are about pussy. We like we love us some pussy now. Yes, sir. Buddy Lee has this completely adult song that is so brilliant, bruh. It reminds me of if you remember Big Gip and his wife Joy, they had a song back in the day called Lick.
Yeah. That's I know that nigga. What? I done played that on Super Soaker Saturday. That's the original Freaky Girl, the one that Gucci Man took the sample off of that.
Yeah. So he has a song called Slide. People, go to Buddy Lee's channel on YouTube and listen to this song Slide. Now, if I could be wrong, buddy, could you please explain? You originally made that song as a parody?
Yeah, I did. All the songs I make except for one. I only made one song for real, and that's that Heat Check song. I made that one for real. But all the other songs, they all parodies by some shit that's done happened on my panel, Lady La panel, Shitty Greg panel. Like somebody panel, I seen that shit on the show, and I just made a song.
Lady La.
Salute to Lady La. Facts.
Yo, let me tell you, man, this song is more than a parody, bro.
That's a dope ass idea. That's a dope ass idea and concept in itself. Making spoof fucking songs in reference to shit that's actually going on your panel. I like that, man. That's real slick.
That's
on YouTube in general, as he goes through YouTube and he's looking at content and exploring content, he'll find something interesting, and if it inspires him to make a song about it, he'll do that. But what I'm telling you is the song called Slide that is on his channel right now is more than a parody. In this day and age where we are overly sexualized, that song right there is $1 million song. I'm sorry. And it is. Like, you can actually, I think it deserves maybe 2 or 3 more verses, buddy.
I really thought about I ain't gonna hold you, King. I really thought about putting the second verse on that one, because that's really one of my favorite songs that I've done so far. Like, to be honest with you, it really is. And I try to write them to where, like, if you know what happened, you will laugh. But if you don't know, like, you know what I'm saying, you might be able to like the song anyway, just if you don't know what the fuck really happened. But everybody know what happened.
Tell me what the fuck it is.
Like,
hey, bro, you crazy with that shit, bro. You are out of your mind with that shit, bro.
That's because the nigga had some white shit by his mouth. So I was like, what mysterious white substances? Tell me what the fuck it is. Like,
see, but that's what I'm talking about, though, man. Doing the parody tracks off shit you see in YouTube, man. The viewers of that shit, that's gonna really, man. I like that concept, man. That really gonna grab some traction, man. Because all the viewers seeing this shit, they already laughing and clowning it. Then you hit them with the track on it, dude, and plus that'll make more memorable type situations. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like,
facts,
that should have spawned off whole motherfucking challenges, motherfucking swag, quotables. I mean, dude, that whole concept is bags of money.
Lady La did a song. She dragging half the damn sector.
That's exactly why I call her. That's exactly why I call her the 50 Cent of YouTube, because she basically drags a whole sector of YouTube, and it's so well written and so well done. It reminds you of 50 in his early years. You know what I'm saying? 50 came out destroying people. You know what I'm saying? That's why I call her the 50 Cent of YouTube.
I heard that. Now I didn't check into it right now. Now it makes sense. I got you.
Yeah, that's why I call it 50 Cent of YouTube, man. Because like when 50 Cent came out with How to Rob an Industry Nigga, You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? He named all the popular people of that time
Yep.
when it was unheard of.
Yep.
And it's hilarious listening to MCs that he named go back in interviews and talk about it. They were all salty. They were like,
Yep.
who the fuck is this dude?
And lo and behold.
That was a major
so
move.
I
He's
gotta,
been on it. He's been on that petty shit ever since.
hey buddy, I have to ask you, man.
Mhm.
The after party.
Yeah.
Now you had a list.
Mhm.
You had a list.
I did.
Okay, so when Maine came with Doo-Doo Brown,
Mhm.
why didn't you not come immediately with Hoochie Mama?
And see, that's what I asked. You feel me? I chose between that one and the other one in my mind, and I didn't want to match that Miami bass with Miami bass at that time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to bring in something else that made the women move. I had already hit them with goddamn back that ass up.
And my thing is, bro, it's like it was to me the battle was even, man. It was pretty much even, but. Okay, so it kind of felt like in the beginning of the battle, it kind of felt like it was a East Coast, West Coast thing going on. You know what I'm saying? As far as the genres go.
I knew he was gonna come with some Biggie. I knew he was. So I came with the dog first, just off the bat. And when he came with I think he came with Biggie after that. I believe.
But when Maine, what really caught me is the fact that Maine stepped out of what you thought he would obviously do.
Yeah.
Okay, so no one can tell me that they knew Maine was going to play 2 Live Crew.
Nah.
No one can tell me that they knew that was in his lineup.
Nah, I didn't know that.
So I mean, to me, that was the deciding factor for me. Now I think like for both of y'all, you know what I'm saying, the flow was there, the groove was there. I think like Maine asked about the Bone Thugs conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the song was fitting. I thought it was fitting. I thought that he could have just cut it. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't have to drag it out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But all in all, honestly, bro, you know what I'm saying? Objective when it comes to music and battles on that level, bro, objectively speaking, I think he won.
That's dope. I need that fucking shit right there. When you just asked me why I ain't do this type of shit on this type of shit, you just let me know I should have went with my first mind on that one. So next time I'll go with my first motherfucking mind, like on some shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? This time was my first time writing down a list. Like I really took this one serious for real, especially with it being hip hop. I mean, when you go down the list of 90s hip hop song, the greatest of all time. Like,
oh yeah, you was going hit for hit now.
Hours. We could do that shit for hours, bro. Even at the after party, I was still playing songs I had on my list.
Murder, and I was like, hey, when you said this and this, and again with the Little Kim track, you proved again that was his weakest selection.
It was. That was. I ain't gonna front. That really was.
Yeah, he could have played Ladies Night like you did.
That was the weakest one right there, my nigga.
You know what I'm saying? He could have played Ladies Night. The other one that, you know, like, but to me, man, it was just a great motherfucking battle, man. I think that I really, really want to hear the sing off again.
That's what I was just fist to get to, homie. And before I get into the sing off, I heard what you said. Shout out to the homie behind the bar. Anyway, he shared the link with me. That's how I pulled up. So I am subscribed. I already hit the buttons and all that good shit, bro.
Greatly appreciate it, man.
You said you appreciate the fact that the people pulled up and put their talents on in front of people where they could be judged. And we all know being on the internet is a harder stage than being in fucking real life, because people in real life ain't saying all this crazy shit that motherfuckers saying on the internet. Like, motherfuckers getting buck wild in the chat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is. And I don't have moderators. So they was probably saying, oh, I ain't even watched the playback yet. That's what I'm going to do after I get off the phone with baby. I'm going to watch the motherfucking playback and shit and watch the chat. I know they was going in that motherfucker on both sides.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But for me,
I'm telling you, man, it was milks, beer bottles, flames. it was flames. It was fists going up, man. The chat room was moving at NASCAR speed, man.
So
That's what I love.
with that, and speaking on the chat room and the viewers, how's y'all set up with this going forward? Are you going to try to do it just you and Maine going back and forth? Are you inviting
I
other
would love.
DJs?
This is what I would love. Like, right, we done set the motherfucking pace. We done got the ladies involved. And again, shout out to them, both of them ladies. They did a beautiful motherfucking job. I love that shit. Like, for me to just sit back and hear
Lady
they song
La and
selection
Maine,
back and forth. Woo, man.
Lady La and Maine's wife, Miss Sweet Tea.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
And I gotta make sure I've watched the episode. I want to say it was maybe Father's Day or Valentine's Day, where Maine's wife, Sweet Tea, sung to him.
Uh-huh.
Like she actually sung to him, and it was either on Father's Day or Valentine's Day. I watched the screen. It was last year. I watched that stream, and I don't remember exactly what holiday it was or what occasion it was, but she sung to him, and she sung and sent chills through my motherfucking spine. She can blow. She killed it, and being that she actually uses her voice as a daily, you know what I'm saying, as a career, you know what I'm saying, she uses her skill set and as a means to make money, you know what I'm saying, that could be a strain, you know what I'm saying. So she could have easily postponed, but she did.
She did. She stood in there.
Yeah, and that's why I say, man, let's do another one and let her really get her chance to get off. I think that Lady La approached the whole battle like I think she approached it like some Mayweather shit.
Thanks.
Because that last selection, Jill Scott, I don't know who went in her ear to do that, but that was if she did any other song, to me, she would have lost.
That was spur of the moment too, and that's another thing I like about that type of shit. Like, we always had it set up to where if we end up tying in some type of way, we got it set up to where we gonna go into sudden death. So with these ladies, this is their first time ever doing this shit, and we didn't even because we 3 different judges on a 10-point system. What's the chances y'all gonna come out tied? Like, both of y'all gonna come out tied? Like, you know what I'm saying? And they did. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they pulled them things out the pocket, and they definitely represented, man. They definitely did. But as far as the platforms go, we did it on my platform. We did it on Behind the Bar platform. We're gonna do a 3rd round, and I really want to do some shit to where Maine, he got his supporters. And I told him he got a good fucking core following. They loyal as fuck too. They fuck with him. I got my shit too. We could have like a subscriber special. We get a subscriber from both of our camp that represent our shit, and they go heads to head. Like, you know what I'm saying? We could do all type of shit with this shit. Like, the sky's the limit with music, bro.
Dope.
And plus,
another idea.
A lot of the DJs through the COVID era, they was trying to put their playlists and shit on Instagram, man. I guarantee y'all could reach out to some of these DJs, send them the link, let them see what the setup is, man. You could probably get a real thing going. And some of these DJs with a decent following, that's just gonna funnel the eyes and ears to y'all's platforms in general.
Bro, I'm so fucking blessed that we had, because this is the first verses that we had to where the comments are left up after the verses. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because usually the YouTuber snatch the shit down and then you have to re-upload it, but they won't have the comment section. Like, they won't have the live chat. So this one, like, we played, the formula was perfect, man. The formula was perfect on this one. The shit's still up with the live chat, so you go back and see what the people was on and all that type of shit. I don't have any strikes or restrictions on that video. So if we do get DJs to come and do that shit, it can be done for at least 2 hours. Like, the live stream was 2.5 hours.
And the fact that you guys, show me another platform that's done it. You know what I'm saying? Show me another platform on YouTube that's done it like you, you know what I'm saying, and Behind the Bar. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact that you guys can arrange an event like that and have so many people interact with each other and interact with the content that's being presented and be active. Everyone in that chat room was active, dude. Everyone. Shit. It was hard to even read comments. people stopped writing sentences and just started dropping emojis. You know what I'm saying? So that shit is dope. You know what I'm saying? That lets you know that you have your audience, you have your watchers, your viewership. They are definitely interacting. They are definitely involved, and you have a formula that's pleasurable and pleasing to them. So I say, man, keep it up. And in fact, man, a versus where you and Maine team up and go against another two set of DJs would be fucking dope.
Oh man, they don't want. That's another idea. That's taking it to another motherfucking level. And this shit is endless, bro. This shit is endless. Like all we gotta do is stay consistent with it, and this shit'll
Yes,
pop.
sir.
It'll pop. I definitely believe that shit, homie.
Hey,
Real.
man, I got your email. I got your
Yeah.
email address, bro. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you a message, and I'm gonna ask you what you want from me. I see your Avi right now. The pull up King Avi.
Yeah.
So I know that the design. I know your design is gonna have something to do with crowns. Yes.
Okay, that's dope. I appreciate
Okay.
that.
Yeah, understood. Say
Yeah.
less. We're gonna get it done, and I'm gonna make sure I present it to you, bro, so you can use it for, if not your next live, the one after that.
I'm definitely gonna use it, bro. That's a blessing, homie. I appreciate
Yes,
this
sir.
shit.
I'm on it.
All
I'm
right.
on it, bro.
Y'all brothers have a good day now.
Yes,
You
sir.
too,
Thank you,
Alright.
man.
Peace.
Peace. Man, that was Buddy Lee. Please go subscribe. I'm gonna make him a display for all that animated display for all that, man. Please go subscribe to that man right there. Great fucking content on YouTube. Great. I mean, the thing is, man, he stays active with the chat. You know what I'm saying? He's paying attention to his viewers. You know what I'm saying? He's interacting with his viewers in the moment, you know what I'm saying, in real time, and that's the dope shit, man. I'm glad I found them. I actually found them through another content creator known as Lady La 2.0. But I've been watching, like I've been watching Behind the Bar for so long, man, that I like his shit so much that I made him this little display. You know what I'm saying? It's actually him in the back in the circle. That's actually Maine the Milkman dancing and partying in his studio. And then you got the milk jug, and then you got the wine bottle that's bursting open. You know what I'm saying? I made that for him, and I actually sent it to him and everything, and he can do whatever he wants to. And if he needs more designs like that, he's gonna get it because I support him and his platform, and I like the things that he do. And I make little things like this. It's it's eye candy for the viewers, so they can see the thought process that we're under right now. Jay Walski, man, how you feeling today?
Not too bad, my friend. Not too bad. Got a lot of shit going on. We actually gonna do a little Sunday sometime tonight. Don't know when yet. Blurred Minds Media little test run on the sports tip.
Okay.
Got a lot of sports popping off. I got two guys that I think they might be a decent little pairing as hosts. They know a wealth of knowledge in the sports world. They've said that they'll come on tonight and talk some shit about sports in general, what's been going on. So we're gonna just little test run, see how it go.
All right, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Just keep me informed. After I'm about to lay down and do this stream. Understand, you know my woman Jay Wow. She is going to kill me because when she left around 8:00 this morning, she expected me to be sleeping right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream, bro. I just want to get your last thoughts on Wilder, man. Does he have a career? Where does he go from here?
I think the man will always have a career. I think it's up to him and real strategy on how to learn the game of boxing, whether that career is back in the ring for a shot at the title or if it's in the ring fighting a Paul brother. I think it's up to him.
That's deep. That's deep. Well, that's what I ain't gonna say no more. With that being said, I think that was the best last words ever. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this one, man. Jay Wall, thank you for popping up, bro. You know you my motherfucker, riding in the whip, in the passenger seat, sometimes even driving. So I appreciate you, bro.
I'm driving.
Yeah, see, he's driving right now. Guess what? I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I'm doing. I'm about to take my ass to bed.
Right?
I did this. I did this entire live stream like this.
Look like that picture Big Daddy came with Madonna.
Yeah. hey, man. Hey, man. I work. I'm a working man. Like I said, if I can turn this shit into a career, so be it. But right now, I got to do manual fucking labor, and I need to rest my bones in order to continue those labors. So, with that being said, Jay Wall, tell the people peace.
Holla at y'all later. Like I said, look out for Blurred Minds Media on YouTube sometime tonight. We're gonna be talking sports. If you ain't doing nothing, might as well come on and talk some shit.
And I will be there with him doing it. So, with that being said, this is the platform, my platform, and that guy that you just heard is the man that helps me do this shit. This is somebody got to say this shit. I am Earth the Nerve, and we are out.
Somebody gotta say this shit, so piss a bitch. Fuck your government. I'm hesitant to holler out that I'm in. I represent hollow points and Mac tears. Don't think them shots coming out of them. Last thing that you see is Nat Turner's grin. I'm a savage, not the average white boy, my friend. We ain't shooting. Fuck red, white, and blue. Earth they nerve like militias in the booth. Spit that word like the wisdom in the tooth. Get that herb like I need a blunt or two. Fuck y'all all, each and every one of you. You niggas wanna stay asleep? Fuck you motherfuckers too. All you niggas ain't loyal. Fuck the government soil. Bring heat to the planet, to this motherfucker boil. There's no more talk. Through the grave y'all walk. I talk for the slave from the grave.